season 2 with my boy Robert Red, Rated R. Can't forget the Rated R. What's good, my boy?
Much love.
Man, welcome to Battle with the Culture, bro.
Yeah, man, I've been looking forward to this shit, man.
Dang, man, you know what? We're gonna actually ring the bells. We ain't got no bells to ring, but you're the very first producer we ever had on the show.
Oh, that's a goal itself right there.
Right there, though.
And this is my first actual interview, too,
So pat on the back on you, bro. Like that. All right, let's go jump straight in, man. What do you feel is the status of Milwaukee hip-hop while we ain't getting the notarization that we're getting right now, dog?
There's a lot of division, but I don't look at it like just hate, in general, like a lot of people like to say. Like, it's all about, oh, you hating on me this. Like, a lot of us don't even take time to get to know each other or tune into each other. A lot of us, even the ones who cool with each other, I'm gonna just be 100 with y'all, put y'all on game. A lot of them get like or love on your stuff and just keep it pushing, don't even listen to it. So that's really not what matters. Plus, I really don't even care for really getting love from the people I know. That really not what motivates me. The ones who I don't know is the ones who push me to be greater and keep elevating the heights that I never reached. You know
like
what
that.
I'm saying? Like, I had to put in these networking moves to lock in with Big C, to lock in with Mike, to lock in with 30K, to lock in with Big Juan and Lil Trav. I had to, put that footwork in myself through networking with other people, you know what I'm saying?
True.
But if I never put myself out there like that and really just expecting all of it to come to me how a lot of us won't, then I wouldn't be where I am.
That is
I
very
wouldn't
true.
be sitting here with you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this a lot of years.
How long, man? Mind me asking, how long you been in this shit?
I've been creating beats probably since I was like 14. I'm 600 now, so it's been a long time.
Man. Get it.
Probably since I was about 14 years old, rapping probably since I was about 10, but I really didn't start taking producing serious to maybe about 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
Took the rapping serious, I kind of, laid back off the rapping for a while because, I kind of lost the passion behind it. It wasn't the same as when I first started doing it, so I kind of gave up on it a little bit, but, I'm always going to be attached to music because it's something I love. I'm not doing this to look for no payday or nothing like that. I do this out of genuine love for it because no matter how much I try to stray away from it, if I didn't want to do it no more, it just keep pulling me back in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
4 through 60s on that.
I gotta give a lot of thanks to my boy Wildcard 2G, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, without this man right here, real talk, I would have gave up this rapping thing completely, but bro kept pushing me and, we gotta do this, we gotta make this work, we got it, we got it covered, we just gotta do what we gotta do. It's easy to sit around and rap and just make these damn beats all day, but when it comes to doing the hard part, a lot of people don't want to do that.
That's very true.
And bro, let's do this. The clock ticking. We gotta do this right now.
Speaking of Wildcard, shout out to Wildcard. Dropping on Sunday. What is that? Saturday, right?
Saturday. We got the album Team 2G, New Wave. You know what I'm saying? Low key. We put a lot of work into this album. Low key. I want to get my boy in this interview with me. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, you gotta cheer, pull him up.
I'm
cool with it.
Come on, man.
Get you on in here, dog. 2 birds, 1 stone.
It's a lot of backstory behind this album and the process behind it.
Come on in, bro.
I want to be real with y'all on what's going on. I'm not gonna capture y'all. It's been nice where we've been in the studio working on 1-2 songs maybe, and it took about 8 hours. Just cause the nerves in the air, it's a lot of energy going and vibes, clashing and creating waves. You really gotta take your time doing this. And certain songs you're just not gonna slap together in no hour or no 15 minutes. How a lot of
to the next one.
You know what I'm saying? We like to put substance in what we're speaking on and really present the real to y'all and not just be doing a bunch of rapping and just trying to sound like this one or just following the wave of what's going on. We always been on our own path, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool to have your own wave. When waves clash, that's what creates something monumental. That's what people gotta focus on.
Right.
You can't just jump on that wave because you see somebody doing this and that's what's working right now. That's not gonna work for you. And it's a lot of female artists I rock with, real heavy, who doing their own thing, got their own wave, but At the same time, it's a lot of them that's following the trend of what's hot right now. Like what's working for Cardi, that's something ain't gonna work for you. Even if you got an image or not, you can't base everything off what's hot right now. Just like
what somebody else is doing.
It's a lot of us who see what Drake doing, who see what NBA YoungBoy doing, who see what 21 Savages and the ones who then really reached that peak doing, and we try to go represent what they doing, or even what we hear from the small markets like Detroit or whatever. Like, but the waves is different. But a lot of people looking from the outside and viewing it, trying to see it from our point of view, not gonna see it like that. Right. They gonna see one copying off the other and the other copying off of them. But it always been an equal thing. You know what I'm saying? Detroit got some of our wave in it, we got some of their wave in it, but it always been like that, you know what I'm saying? Because the Midwest always been locked in as a unit, since Nelly and Eminem came this thing doing their thing, Midwest always been locked in together.
You go as far as Bone Thugs and shit like that.
You know what I'm saying? So Twister too, you know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah, of course. It's a whole movie. Do or Die, all them dogs. Man, come on now.
But this new wave, this album that we dropping, Team 2G, we put a lot of work into it. We got 2 singles out right now, Kill Streak and Check Ball, Go check them out on YouTube. We got our channel up, 2G Entertainment LLC. That's the channel, go check it out. And the album dropped Saturday, new wave. We put a lot of work into this. It's been nice where me and Wildcard in the studio maybe from 9 at night to maybe 3, 4, 5 in the morning, like real life work.
When you grinding, it be like that. You don't even look at the clock for the sun
and,
about to come up.
Just trust the process. Some stuff we know we could get knocked out. Other things we just like to take our time and just trust the process, because you never know how far it could take you. But you gotta put your trust in that at the end of the day. You just can't skip steps. And a lot of us try to skip steps to get here, get there, get there. Even if you do skip steps, when you do, you really don't feel like, the organic essence of like getting it from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? And those quick rises always have a quicker fall, so you never really
it's a harder fall.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of been elevating like over the years. It's been a slow process. I'm not gonna just be tooting my horn like all of this came out of nowhere. Right. It's been a slow process, and I had to do a lot of readjustment to how I was moving to get things done, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as engineering, like with this album, I had to do all the engineering and mixing, everything in-house. I made every beat on it, all 15 beats on it. I made every one of them. I got a few collabs with maybe 2, 3 Richie Slims on there. It's a collab where 4 of us did the beat too. It's a collab, Moon, that single coming soon. That's produced by me, Young Dev, Lean Beats, and Richie Slims. So, you know what I'm saying? That's a single that's coming soon. We got Bad Guy coming soon. That's produced by me and Richie Slim. But those are 2 of the few that's produced by me and one of the guys. You know what I'm saying?
So as a producer, you like to work with different engineers and things like that to get different vibes and shit like that, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a lot of times where I've been in the room with the Mellow Dropping 30. Mellow Dropping 30, that's my boy. He always been at my house, cooking up beats or whatever. It was, I'm gonna give y'all a backstory on the song. Chicken got the song called Billy, right? Mellow and Lean made that beat at my house, but I was a little bit too intoxicated to jump on the beat myself, and me just being who I am, showing love and giving everybody that star power they deserve, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You see them working and putting in the work for it. Me just being in the room with Mellow and Lean, I was kind of just astonished from that moment.
Nice.
This when I was living all the way in Waukesha. They pulled up all the way out there to make this beat, and I was supposed to get on that, but things came later. I ended up locking in with Big C and DeVito, and DeVito put that play in for me to meet Big C, and it was a wrap from there. That's how I got the 2 placements on Big C last album. Free my boy Big C. On his last album, 32 Bars, I produced that with Tay Love and my boy Trill Gates.
All right, check that out, definitely.
Yeah, and I produced Bust Down. That's a Big C featuring Mike. I produced that myself. And to be real, that was my first Milwaukee slap beat, whatever they want to call it. Mm-hmm. That was the first beat I made like that.
Okay.
And that pretty much got my name in there, where I got through the door. Then I ended up locking in with Big Juan, and I produced the song we got Gnarly. It's him and Lil Trap. They got a song called Gnarly. I produced that for them. And, then I produced for 30K, and, that's coming out soon, too.
Nice.
I got about 3 joints with Mike that's going to be coming out soon, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to everybody who just, you know, rock with me just from the genuine world, me just being myself and just presenting myself how it is. Like, I want to rock. I see what you got going on. I'm really tuned in for real. Let's lock in, you know, make our ways, clash, and create something epic. That's how I do, you know what I'm
Real
saying?
shit, bro. Real shit. Man, what's one of your inspirations as a producer?
As a producer, my inspiration is just, you know, to help everybody, like, get to that goal they want to reach. I know I can't help everybody, and there's a lot of people who probably not feeling the sauce, you know what I'm saying? You know, all seasons don't mix in right together, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just want to, you know, be a helping ingredient to, you know, completing the whole thing that, you know, an artist trying to present, the entree with the appetizer beforehand and with the dessert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a part of that whole process.
That whole 3-course meal, you got to eat.
Yeah,
I swear.
And I just want us all to eat together. Like, it ain't easy, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
This is like a broken record. Like, we all need to come together. So I don't want to be on that, but
True.
we got to find some type of common ground. We all here, you know, trying to reach the same type of goals, you know. You see, there's not a lot of Southern artists that clash heads. They help each other, you know, reach that peak, you know what I'm saying? Just like with New York, just like with LA, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going on. We're a small market, but we all got to think big for this to work.
True.
At the end of the day. If we not on that same path, we don't have to have the same views, but if we all not trying to ride down that same path, it's just like the freeway in the morning. It's always packed as hell.
It's
always packed as hell, but everybody gets to where they gotta go.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a
It
couple
may take a
accidents.
minute.
A couple people gonna clash, yeah. It's gonna be a couple accidents, but it's clean up the movie. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
You know?
Man, I was listening to some of your beats this morning, actually, dog. You different in a good way. I'm gonna just say that.
I appreciate it.
Man, for real, you different in a good way. What was some of the producers that you listened to growing up that inspired you? Making the process, dog.
You know, growing up, I got an older sister. My sister, Hustle Honey, you know, Naked Hustler, that's her name on IG and all of that. You know, them R&B songs that, you know, your older sibling probably play over and over. I don't know, you know, having a sister is different. So you gotta listen to, you know, the little ratchet music mixed in with the little R&B lovey-dovey stuff, because she's years older than me, so. Me not knowing, being young, around 9 and 10, and she transitioned into her teenage stage, you know what I'm saying? All that music like the Monica, the Brandy, the Toni Braxton, I hated it, you know. But then as I got older, I kind of listened to it more, and now it's like,
damn, that was actually they had something to talk about. They had substance.
Yeah, so me listening to R&B a lot, I always kind of like wanted to mix like more jazzy, smooth melodies with like the trap stuff. Cause I listen to trap stuff on my own. Like once I got about 11 or 12, you see my pops, he a minister, so he don't care for none of that rap with all the cussing.
Oh yeah.
He kind of eased up as I was transitioning to my teenage stage as well. So, you know, he pretty much like started letting me like go to the record stores with him. And let me get the albums, even if it got cussing on them. So I'll spend my allowance on Project Pat, Mr. Don't Play album, 2-6 Mafia, Choices soundtrack, you know, Ludacris first album.
Back for the first time.
Stuff like that.
Back for the first time, or you talking about the very, very first one?
Back for the first time.
Okay, because he did come out with something.
Mr. Love. Mr. Love. But yeah, I'm talking about Back for the First Time, so technically his second album, but
no, that was his first. That was his main one, right? That was his baby.
Right.
You asked me.
Back for the First Time, I think it's like his mainstream album.
Yeah. So, you know, having those albums and listening to them on the way to school, being in 6th, 7th grade.
Right.
You know, I'll try to listen to them beats and like try to be like banging on the table or something. And then in 3rd grade, I took up piano, you know, because I guess you had to be in like 4th grade or something to take up drums, so I couldn't do drums. So I just did piano or whatever, and I ended up liking it. So my dad bought me a Yamaha DX24, and I always try to listen to songs and then mimic the notes or whatever. And then I just do that same thing when I go to my grandma's house and she got her whole grand piano or whatever. I do the same thing on her piano or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when she noticed certain songs, don't play that in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to grandma.
But that's how I was, rest her soul, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Queen, miss you. You know, but that's kind of what really like got me into producing, you know, listening to them albums and stuff and the R&B stuff. And I've always been a melodic guy, so I always paid attention to the background sounds and the percussions,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the different layers of how they, you know, do the octaves on certain things,
Right.
scales and things like that, and try to mimic that stuff on my own piano. So that's just what really got me into like producing, honestly.
Because a lot of people don't know the difference between a producer and a beat maker.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? What's the difference, man? Let the people know. Because even I was ignorant to it like a couple years ago, but then I started realizing what's going down.
You know,
because as a producer, they go through a lot.
Producers pretty much create the whole like outline of a song. A producer will bring you a production with an idea behind it and give you something to play on, probably present his own ideas to you to help create the song as a whole. Sometimes it come with a hook already, certain things, a bridge, maybe certain things, and let the artist fill in the gaps, you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Beat makers pretty much just, I would say probably put the beat together, but you know, probably really don't put no input into the song making process. I'm not gonna disrespect it like, oh, you're not a real producer if you don't know music theory or stuff like that. I'm pretty much just now getting into that.
Right.
And I've been doing this over 15 years now as far as the beats go. So I'm just now really getting into music theory myself. So I don't really critique being a beat maker or producer, the difference between the two off of that. It's pretty much just how much you put into the whole process. It goes back to trusting the process. You know what I'm saying? A lot of beat makers, they just send stuff out. You know, they get paid for it, the money good, and stuff like that, but the song always not gonna go how you expect it.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be a lot of yes men going into that process when you're just a beat maker because you just enjoy hearing somebody over your beat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you done made a couple dollars off it, and if your paperwork right, you're gonna continue to make a couple dollars off it. So it's feeding your family or taking care of what you need to take care of, but deep down inside is you really satisfied with what's presented because a lot of times if the sheet music not right as far as the lyricism goes, the beat
ain't gonna match.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of songs that have club potential, but just something not matching up to where it gets there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of good beats out here that go overlooked due to how certain artists do their process.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying?
Because 9 times it got to be a marriage with the beat,
right.
the producer, the maker. All that got to come together so you can have that one hit.
Right. That's why I like connecting with the artists. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy Mooster, highly slept on artists out here, but he listened. You know what I'm saying? When I produce for him, he knows what to bring to the beat. He let me put my input on the song. He'll let me tell him how to do this, how not to do this, but it's all him. You know, as far as the lyricism goes. I'm not saying I help him write anything because that's not what I do, but, you know, giving him an input on how to say this, how to do that, if I can. But a lot of times, bro come ready, and he don't need me to say nothing because that's just how well we mesh together.
Right.
Off the chemistry we done built over the, you know, the course of time, you know, and he constantly come back, keep working with me. And that's just how we develop that relationship.
That's what's up.
Make sure y'all check out Luke's new video, Time Out. Time Up.
Let him know, man. Let him know.
Yeah, so, you know. But it's a lot of things, like, behind what's going on. You know, it's a long process, man. I wish we had longer to talk about it. I wish we could talk about this shit a few hours, but, you know, we gonna get back to it. I expect to be back through here eventually.
Most definitely, dog. We ain't done yet. Talking like it's for me.
I'm not speaking like that at all, but when the time comes and this shit over with, I would want to give
we don't ask you back,
you
man.
know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. We love to see that. We love to hear that too, dog, because, man, we here to promote y'all.
And I gotta give a major shout out to my boy Famous, bro, because a lot of work he do is slept on around here.
Oh, dang,
a lot of work.
He a grinder, bro. He a fucking grinder, dog. That's why I love him, man. I love his energy, dog.
My boy, the way he packaged things together and the deals he got on deck, like, you're not gonna get nothing better than that.
Great production.
Even with quality.
Great production.
You got the same quality that a lot of these guys paying top dollar for, and he understands what it is. He trusts the process.
Exactly.
And he been doing this a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, people don't know that, but yeah, he's been in this game.
And he reached out to me. He told me to reach out to Mo. You know, shout out to Mo for bringing me on board to do this and locking me in with you to bring me here. You know what I'm saying? Because you know.
What I liked about it, though, we just had this conversation last week, then like 2 days later and shit, you was hitting us up. We're like, that's what we want to hear right there, though.
Yeah, right away. As soon as bro told me about it, I locked right in with her so I could get in touch with y'all and we could make this happen, man, because I wanted to do this.
Man,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
did too.
And why not have my first interview with y'all? Because y'all trust in the process just like I am. You know what I'm saying? And it means more. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when they look back on this 5-10 years later, they're like, man,
they genuine about theirs.
Yes.
100. You like that? What's one of your favorite songs you produced?
Favorite song I produced?
I know you got a catalog, man. You got one. Damn. That one baby.
Put you on the spot, B.
That one baby.
We gonna tell the other kids.
It's a song that I got coming out. Not on this album that's about to drop. I got an album, Control, that's about to drop on the 23rd next month. My next album called Escape. I got this song called Northern Lights with Wildcard, of course.
Okay.
That song is real precious to me because when I made the beat, I was in a mindset. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was just listening to Funny How Time Flies by Janet Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And the production that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis did on their albums always seemed to astonish me because what the work they did for her, I grew up listening to a lot of that because my mom, when she worked for Harley Davidson, she did a lot of traveling, you know what I'm saying? Because she was a head training coordinator, so she did a lot of traveling. You know, we had to take her to Chicago a lot. On a lot of freeway rides, my dad would let the whole All For You album rock, or he'll let the whole Demeter Joe album just rock all the way through there and back. So a lot of times, and it was never like, oh, I don't want to listen to this. I actually enjoyed it being young as I was, you know, and I had a crush on Janet Jackson because that was like the first concert I ever watched. So with that being said,
shout out to Janet Jackson, we still looking for you, baby.
making that Northern Lights beat, it kind of had me in a mindset of, you know, what would Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis do for this melody, and then just add my own slap to it. And it's a real jazzy vibe to it, real smooth. You know what I'm saying? Something you can ride to listen to with your lady, or something you can ride to listen to with the game while y'all turning up, you know, sipping, just something to mellow off the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of my guys from Shout Out Gateway, Wingman, that boy want to hear that song every day, every time he in traffic.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But I like, you know, when my guys want to listen to music like that because that's a song we put a lot into. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of them long studio session nights where we really were just vibing out, maybe 9 to 4 in the morning, and really just rocking out. We probably finished the song and probably just let it play back and back for an hour, and we were just feeling the vibe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it really put you in a mood of just feeling good overall.
That's what's the main thing.
Y'all will hear when I drop the single, you know, and I am shooting a video with Famous, just so y'all know ahead of time.
Fuck on Famous.
So we got a lot going on.
Step
So
man.
we wanted to do an album release party, but the time just didn't. We delinquent right now. We're kind of behind, so we really couldn't hit them up in time to get it done. But we definitely been politicking about my boy behind the scenes because we got a lot of work to do.
It's good to put the face to him.
Famous in the building once again.
But yeah, that would have to be my favorite song that I produced. You know, shout out Big C, you know, everybody else that I work for, you know. But that's probably my favorite one.
Okay, we got your favorite now. What was everybody else's favorite that got you notarized as one of the real deal producers in Milwaukee?
I want to say 32 bars, but by Big C, but maybe it was Bust Down too, because 32 bars don't have my tag on it, so you really don't know that me and Tay Love and Trill Gang did that beat together.
Okay.
Unless you really know the background story behind it, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably the song that got me really like to that level where everybody know who I am. But I would really want to say Bust Down because that had Big C and Mike on it. You know what I'm saying? And they two are probably the top 10 hottest around the city right now, and probably for a long time because Mike is something else. Big C is too. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Big C and Mike on there.
Yeah.
Saying it like that. Yeah. Any artist you want to produce for? Any genre? Any, like, it could be hip hop, it could be R&B, it could be fucking rock if you wanted to. Anyone that you wanted to mess with.
Artists I want to produce for, I know Mula Mars one of them. Speaking from the home perspective, it'll probably be like Sada Baby, one of them for sure. Cause I like the energy he brings, and you know the energy that I put on it. I think his wave with my wave could be something different. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a good one.
And another one I want to say Chief Keef too. You know, he always been one that I really like rock with. All the way from the beginning, like since first mixtape type.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So those is two for sure.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Oh, he's yawning. Okay, you want to say something? Any tips for upcoming producers that you can give them?
Stay hungry, stay focused. Keep your mind open too. You can never know too much. Don't be the know-it-all guy, you know. And you know, be more of a people person. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be more of a people person. You really gotta network with these people and interact. You know, everybody not gonna rock with the wave, but you know, just keep trying to create them at the end of the day. You know.
Hell yeah.
You can't fall off that surfboard and just give up. You gotta keep floating and just keep going. And that's how I look at it. Just stay hungry, you know.
That pressure
Never
ain't
get
dying.
comfortable. Never get comfortable, because you gotta think, it's probably more producers than rappers really trying to, you know, get their foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of rappers that work with the same people because they got that chemistry with people. So it's a lot of producers that's working hard and working heavy in your same area. No matter how big your community is, always stay hungry. You know, and even if you get that top spot, never get comfortable in it, because there's somebody behind you that we haven't found out about that's probably 2-3 times harder than you. So
Man.
just stay hungry, stay hard driven for it. You know, keep it pushing.
Alright, we threw a few producers' names out there already. In your opinion, what's your top 5 producers? Q&A. And why?
My opinion is top 5. I want to say I'm gonna give Taylor number 1. I'm gonna say Young Dev number 2.
I heard of him.
Mellow Drop of 30. I give him number 3. DeVito, I give him number 4.
Okay.
Number 5. You say T Streets Beats. Yeah. As far as here go. And why? Because I literally been in the room with these guys multiple times for hours watching them work. I've watched Mello sit in my crib and do 5 beats back to back and sell all of them right afterwards. You know what I'm saying? I witnessed Young Dev create masterpieces. That boy is a wizard on keys. Probably the best piano player I know. I already mentioned on putting number 6 in there, Lean Beats. I've watched Lean Beats come from out of town, no sleep, come straight to my crib and make 12 beats. This is not a lie. The boy make about 90 beats a day, and he still just dropped one of the hottest albums in the city, you know, recently. His latest album, probably one of the hottest albums I heard in a long time.
Nice.
A long time. I don't want to F up the title and say it wrong. Something to Lean On, that's what it's called. Make sure y'all check that album out. You know, I've been listening to that album a lot. And I watched my bro put in a lot of work and go real heavy behind it. And Tay Love, he wakes up in the morning and have about 7 beats done by 10 a.m.
Nice.
This is a different type of guy.
And dog, it's like when you be watching people do stuff that you like already doing yourself, that should be inspiring, bro.
Yeah.
That should be inspiring to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't catch up on that shit too.
And I learned a lot, you know, watching them and being in the same room with them. It's been a lot of times where all of us in the same room, and I'm just soaking up game and just, you know, taking knowledge, not being thirsty to jump on the beat, just say, oh, I gotta be with them, we all did these 3 beats together. There's been a lot of times where we all been at Hot 5 studio and I ain't putting nothing on the beat. But I've been in there politicking with everybody, networking, you know, building chemistry with everybody and just soaking up game from watching what they do and just being around them and seeing what they got going on instead of just being so thirsty to get my own little piece of what I got.
There you go.
And putting it into the puzzle. Sometimes I just like watching the whole puzzle be created. You know what I'm saying? Just like with the music. You know, a lot of times, like with this 2G album we did, I didn't have to rap on any of this. I was cool with producing everything. But Wild Card pulled me out the trenches like, no.
You rap.
Jumping on the you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be work, being on all these songs, doing all this work, you finna do it with me, and we finna trust the process. We finna get back to it.
Nothing wrong with
He put a lot of work in on this album, as far as the lyrics and everything go. He's on every song on here. I'm on about 12 out of 15. He's on every song, so he brought a significant piece to the vision of what we put together behind this album. But this album, low key, outside of my favorite song I produced and all of that, this album is my baby because this album is our baby. We sat in the studio from 9 at night, like I said, many times till 3, 4 in the morning, literally putting in work, going back, redoing things. Software freezing up on us. We gotta redo a whole song that got the hook and 2 verses done, and we just need the last piece put on it. And really not even getting upset, just going back, doing it, and just remapping out the blueprint. A lot of times, some structures don't get put together right. You gotta go back after you got a foundation started and knock certain pieces down just to, get that monument looking like that masterpiece that you've been looking for in the long run. And a lot of times, it goes better than when you did it the first way. So,
very true.
I'm getting that business right behind every song this time around.
I'm looking forward to Saturday. I want to hear this now.
Saturday, Team 2G, new way.
Together, new way.
Man, shout out to a squad, man. Y'all squad, man. Let the people know y'all squad out here. What y'all do?
Team 2G, man, consists of me, Wildcard 2G, Mello Monroe, shout out Mello Monroe. You know what I'm saying? Doughboy Rico.
Boy.
And we got Mil Ticket.
Mil Ticket. Shout out my nigga Mil Ticket.
That's what's up.
Young Beezy.
Yeah, Young Beezy. We got Coach Beezy. He one of our artists. We got Desi. He one of our young artists. You know what I'm saying?
The young gun is ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta love that energy. Man.
Shout out the whole squad.
What's y'all? Let both of y'all let them know y'all tags, bro. They can hit y'all up. Some of them people probably want their prices from your ass, bro.
Wildcard 2G on Instagram. Hit them up on there. Underscore R Rated R. On all platforms, pretty much.
All platforms.
You know what I'm saying? And,
We there, y'all. Shit, I like
2G Entertainment LLC on YouTube. That's the channel.
Check out them videos.
I got my channel, R Rated R. You type that in, I'ma pop up. Google it, I'm there.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Gentlemen, it's fucking pleasure having y'all here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look here. Saturday, Garden Red, Wild Style.
Wild card in the game.
They got it.
Get it right.
They got it, bro. I like it. I'm loving the energy.
2G.
This is my fella, aka Devius Mind, Robbie Red. We got Wild up in the building. We out. Battle with the coach.
Yeah.